and the Punjab government has made it mandatory to obtain a green property certificate for all land and property transactions across the province, and introducing a new requirement aimed at strengthening legal verification and transparency in real estate dealings. According to the Punjab Land Records Authority, PLRA, the certificate will be required before completing any sale and purchase or transfer of property. As part of its initial rollout, the certificate is being offered at a concessional fee of 900 dirhams for a limited period. And Lake Saif al-Muluk in the Kaghan Valley is set to reopen to visitors as the Kaghan Development Authority, KDA, has started clearing heavy snow and glaciers from the access road after a 6-month winter closure. The lake, located at a high altitude, remains inaccessible during winter due to heavy snowfall. With snow removal now underway, authorities expect tourists to regain access once the route is cleared. And Islamabad. A local court on Saturday rejected the National Cybercrime Investigation Agency's (NCCIA) request for the physical remand of journalist Fakrul Rehman and instead sent him to jail on judicial remand. And Rehman was arrested a day earlier under the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act, PECA. According to an NCCIA First Information Report, AFR, dated April 20, and the journalist was one of the 9 accused of false and misleading information against state institutions through the social media platform X.
When bombs started falling on Tehran in February, we heard much about the political ramifications, including the death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader. But what about the ordinary people who call the capital?
And Iran has resumed commercial flights from the capital, Tehran's international airport, for the first time since the United States and Israel attacked the country 2 months ago. Iran's state-run television reported that flights for Istanbul, Muscat, and the Saudi Arabian city of Medina took off from Tehran's Imam Khomeini International Airport on Saturday. And Sindh Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Sardar Mohammad Bakhsh Mehar has announced a major step toward forming the Sindh cricket team for the upcoming Pakistan Cup, introducing a merit-based selection process at the divisional level. In a video statement, the minister said, "The Sindh government will conduct structured trials across all divisions to identify talented cricketers for the provincial team." And goods transporters across Pakistan have announced a 10% increase in freight charges following the government's latest hike in petroleum prices, citing rising operational costs. Pakistan Goods Transport Alliance President Malik Shehzad Awan said the decision was taken after repeated increases in diesel and petrol prices significantly raised expenses for transporters nationwide.
Pakistan has announced a provisional squad for the triathlon event at the upcoming Asian Games. As the country begins preparations for the continental competition, the initial squad, selected after early trials, includes Shahrez Khan, Hamza Asif, Sana Arif and Ayesha Waqas. Officials confirmed that this is only a preliminary list, with further trials expected to expand the pool before the final team is announced. Islamabad. The path for the launch of 5G in Gilgit-Baltistan, GB, has been cleared as policy directives for trials have been approved, with 4 telecommunication operations expected to begin testing soon. The GB Council, chaired by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, has approved the summary to launch 5G test trials in the region. The approval is expected to be received by the telecom sector regulator in the coming.
And India will bid to host the 2038 Asian Games in Ahmedabad. The country's Olympic chief told Reuters on Saturday in its latest push to stage elite multi-sport events. The world's most populous nation will stage the 2030 Commonwealth Games in Ahmedabad and is also bidding for the 2036 Olympic Games in the Western Indian city. And Google plans to invest up to $40 billion in Anthropic while supporting the AI company's growing computing needs, according to a Bloomberg report. The report said Alphabet's Google unit is prepared to invest $10 billion immediately at a $350 billion valuation for Anthropic. And X has officially launched XChat, its standalone messaging app, to the public on Friday. The app is initially available on iOS devices and allows users to connect with their X contacts for messaging, file sharing, audio and video calls, and group chats. And England Test captain Ben Stokes has drawn attention for a noticeable change in his appearance following recent facial surgery after featuring in a new media video ahead of the international summer on home soil. The video, and posted on Toyota UK's official Instagram account in collaboration with England Cricket, showed Ben Stokes looking considerably slimmer, an appearance that had not been seen previously. And the clip was released to showcase England's new Castor kits across all three formats. And the City Traffic Police has decided to take stricter action against repeat traffic violators as part of efforts to improve road discipline and ease congestion. According to officials, motorcycles of individuals who repeatedly violate traffic rules will be impounded starting Monday. The move is aimed at ensuring compliance with traffic laws and discouraging habitual violations. And Punjab Traffic Police has launched a public awareness campaign urging motorcyclists to install and use indicators, highlighting both safety concerns and financial penalties for violations. And the campaign emphasises that riding a motorcycle without functional indicators can result in a fine of £2,000, while installing indicators costs around Rs 400. According to the awareness material, and lack of indicators increases the risk of accidents and poses a danger to both riders and other road users. And Islamabad. 4 members of a family, including a woman and a teenager, were gunned down in the capital's suburbs, a police official said on Saturday. According to the police official, the incident occurred in a house located in the Jangi Sidon area, adjacent to sectors I-15 and I-18 of Islamabad.
That Palestinians are voting in local elections on Saturday, including the first poll of any kind to be held in Gaza since 2006. Elections are taking place across the occupied West Bank, as well as in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, where Hamas operates.
And at least 7 people were killed in Russian strikes across Ukraine overnight, including 5 in the central city of Dnipro, where officials said an apartment building was hit. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the latest attack lasted practically all night, while rescue workers were still searching for survivors under rubble in Dnipro on Saturday morning. And armed groups have launched coordinated attacks across Mali, including in the capital Bamako, the country's army says. In a statement released on Saturday morning, the military said fighting is ongoing, adding, "Our defence and security forces are currently engaged in repelling the attackers."
That Fitbit has started releasing a new update for its mobile app that changes how its personal health coach works. The update includes changes to fitness plans, coaching tools, daily insights, and sleep tracking. Some features are also being tested through public preview.
And Pakistan Kissan-Ittihad President Khalid Mahmood Khokhar on Friday warned of protests if the government fails to address farmers' mans within 3 days, while calling for the formation of an autonomous commission to investigate losses in the wheat sector. Speaking at a press conference, Khokhar said farmers had suffered losses of around 2,200 billion over the past 2 years, which he attributed to policy failures, low pricing and administrative mismanagement. And Pakistani footballer Tufail Shinwari is being monitored by European club Ferencváros in Hungary, with sources saying the teenager has been recommended by members of the club's scouting network. The 19-year-old attacking midfielder, who currently plays for Karachi United, has emerged as one of Pakistan's most promising young footballers and is now attracting interest from abroad. And Meta-owned WhatsApp is continuing to test new features for Android and iOS users, with the latest in development being notification bubbles for Android. The feature was reported by Way Better Info, which found signs of bubble notifications in the Android version of the app. And Samsung has confirmed that the stable rollout of One UI 8.5 will begin on April 30th, 2026, starting in South Korea for the Galaxy S25 series. International markets, including the US, are expected to begin receiving the update from around May 4, according to a Samsung representative. And tight security arrangements were in place in Islamabad's red zone on Saturday as a high-level Iranian delegation was in town amid intensifying diplomatic activity around the US-Iran conflict. Arakchi arrived in Islamabad late on Friday, carrying Tehran's formal response to proposals conveyed earlier by the US through Pakistan.
Jury selection is to begin on Monday in a high-profile legal battle between billionaire Elon Musk and artificial intelligence AI startup OpenAI, which he accuses of betraying its non-profit mission. The clash in a courtroom across the bay from San Francisco pits the world's richest man against a startup that Musk once backed and now competes against in the booming AI sector. Militants staged attacks in Mali's capital Bamako and in several locations in the interior of the country on Saturday morning, the Mali army said. In an apparently coordinated assault involving multiple groups, 2 loud explosions and sustained gunfire were heard shortly before 6 a.m. GMT near Mali's main military base Kati, outside the capital Bamako, and soldiers were deployed to block off roads in the area, a Reuters witness said.
And in the hypermasculine world of Latin American drug cartels, it is sometimes the women you need to watch. That's how the Mexican military hunted down one of the world's most wanted traffickers, Nemesio El Mencho Oseguera Cervantes, in a daring operation earlier this year that included special forces storming his hideout in Jalisco state.
Gunmen have attacked Mali's capital Bamako and several locations across the country, the army says, in an apparently coordinated assault involving multiple groups. The army on Saturday morning said it was fighting terrorist groups that had attacked army barracks in Bamako and other areas in the military-ruled nation.
And hybrid powertrain unveiled ahead of the 2026 Beijing Auto Show could allow carmakers to turn existing electric vehicle platforms into hybrids without carrying out a full redesign. The system, called X-Range C15 Direct Drive, has been developed by Horse Powertrain, a UK-based supplier backed by Renault and Geely. It is designed to fit into current EV architectures, giving automakers a way to build a wider mix of electrified vehicles from the same platform.